Good afternoon, hello, welcome to the TriathlonDan YouTube channel. This video is going to be looking at the first 3 weeks of training that I've done in 2023. I've probably labelled this triathlon training, however, I've not been doing any proper running. I'm not going to harp on about it, but just before Christmas I broke my big right toe. Very frustrating, not a severe injury, but it has stopped me running for a few weeks, so that's just explain that. And because of that, I haven't really been putting any training content out on this channel other than the odd ramp test or lactate test or something, because it's been really hard, if I'm honest. Like trying to create content, I can't record in a pool, and then when I'm doing indoor training, a lot of it is quite easy, and I struggle to think of things to talk about all the time. So I thought I'll save you from the boredom. I want you to, if you click on a video of mine, get something from it, and I didn't think that was going to be the case with some of those, so I'd started some videos and didn't finish them. But anyway, hopefully you get something from this one. Now let's have a look at my training peaks. Now everything is on here, my weight, my training, some feedback about my training, all those sorts of things, so feel free to comment on what you like. I'm very transparent in everything that I do like this. Hopefully somebody will get something from it, but please be nice because of that. Right, so the first week in the new year, other than the toe, I came into the new year pretty healthy and pretty ready to train. I wasn't full of any illness. I didn't have any other injuries. I just got over like a shoulder injury, so I was ready to swim again. So I felt ready to go. And of course, in the new year, you want to get the bit between your teeth, don't you, and actually do some training and crack on. And I had been training, but I just had a bit of a downtime over Christmas. So let's have a look. 15 hours, 52 minutes of training in total, 874 training stress score points, 2.5 hours of swimming, 12 hours of cycling, and 1.25 hours of other, which is aqua jogging. Let's break this down by sport. Let's start with aqua jogging. Is it a sport? I don't know. I went aqua jogging on Tuesday and Thursday, 40 minutes on Tuesday, 32 minutes on Thursday. If I'm honest, I'm really struggling with aqua jogging. I don't really buy into it that it maintains your run fitness. I've read some things that says it does, but I don't feel like I've done a workout when I've done it, so I'm struggling. However, when I do aqua jogging at lunchtime, I feel so much better mentally. I've done some exercise and physically because I have expended some calories, about 300 to 400 depending on how far I go. So for that reason, I decided I was going to commit to it, keep paying £4.50 a session and going and doing aqua jogging. So that was it. Swimming, now I said I've just come back from a shoulder injury, so I wanted to build up my fitness slowly, but I was ready to crack on with swimming. Swimming's a real weakness of mine. I need to make some big improvements in the swimming area, so I've been doing a lot of steady swimming. I didn't want to hurt myself by doing too many intervals, and also I wasn't fit enough to get through too many intervals. So swimming, I swam on Monday, Thursday, Friday and Sunday. Monday was just 2.5 K steady. Thursday was an interval session, but I didn't really do too many intervals. I was swimming with a pool boy because of my toe, couldn't really push off the wall properly, it wasn't great. Friday, I was tired from the night before, so I just did 20 minutes. That's not amazing, but it's better than nothing. Sunday, again, just a steady swim. So a good week of swimming, to be honest. That's 4 swims in a week. That's pretty damn good for me. Cycling, the volume was a little bit higher than it would normally be just because the Monday was a bank holiday. So I went out on a club ride, we went out to the Peak District and did 3 hours. I wouldn't normally do 3 hours on a Monday. Easy ride Tuesday night, easy ride Wednesday night, intervals Thursday, rest day Friday. I was trying to have 1 day off the bike at least per week. Easy ride Saturday, a couple of hours, and then the club ride on Sunday, which was a bit longer. I've put aerobic, but these are normally a bit harder. Yeah, some harder efforts, but nothing too major in there. Training Peaks obviously blesses you with loads of trophies and things in the new year for the first few weeks, doesn't it? So there we go, first week done and dusted. I was really happy with that. Second week of training. Now let's again start with aqua jogging. Aqua jog falls when I go into the office, so I'm in the office different days most weeks. So I aqua jogged Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. Again, struggled with it mentally, but I just knew that if I can do 2 or 3 a week, then I'll have done what I can do to try and maintain some running fitness. Swimming, now I swam Monday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday again, so exactly the same as the week before. Similar sort of thing, so easy Monday, intervals Thursday, easy Friday, but I did a bit more, and then easy Sunday. So a little bit of progression there, and I wasn't quite as tired on the Friday after the intervals. Cycling, very similar to the week before, so I did an easy ride on the Monday with some short sweet spot efforts. Intervals Tuesday, easy ride Wednesday, no ride Thursday, so rest night off the bike. Friday, I've put tempo there, that's our club chain gang, SNCC is my club. That is not tempo, that was actually quite a hard ride. The actual chain gang itself wasn't that hard, but it did get hard towards the end. Now there, you can see I've hit an all-time power PB, not just a year one, and I'm really happy with that because my 2 best 1 minute powers, one is a specific fresh 1 minute test, and then another one was in a Zwift race right at the beginning. So it was, again, I was fresh. I try and measure my power best efforts either in a race or at the end of a hard ride. I think that's when it actually matters. So that's what I'm trying to use. And yeah, really good, happy with that. Obviously, I was just trying to chase down people in the club up the last hill, but yeah, I'll take what I can. I'm finding as well that I'm not worried about going too hard on the bike because I'm not running at the minute. If I go too hard and I ruin the next day's training, well, I can probably still just do an easy ride, so I'm not too worried about it. And that's exactly what I did Saturday morning. 2 hours and 10 minutes on the turbo. Well, that was grim. Sunday, I did a video about this. So I did some lactate testing, lactate steps, and then just over an hour and a half easy road riding with Dan, and then the swim after that. So yeah, a good week. 14 3/4 hours, TSS 779, 2 hours 40 swimming, so a bit more, and then 10 hours on the bike, a bit less, and then just under 2 hours of aqua jogging, a bit more. So yeah, another good week. The third week and the most recent week. Now, I don't normally do like 3-week blocks. I try and just train until I feel like I need a rest week or a rest few days or an easy few days. Or if I get ill or something, then do that. I don't have like a structure like that. So this week was pretty similar to the week before, but again, I'm trying to progress some areas. So 15 hours and 49 minutes of training, so about an hour more of training. The TSS is roughly the same, about 800. I find that's a good level for me to build fitness, but not to be too overreaching. Swimming's gone up quite a bit, 4 1/4 hours. Cycling around the same, 10.5 hours, and then aqua jogging just over an hour, so a bit less. Now let's start with the aqua jogging again. Let's get out of the way. Just Tuesday and Thursday this week. I was giving myself a target of just burning 300 calories and then getting out. That was it. So yeah, I tipped over there, 311 calories and 307 calories. Job done. And I'm hoping that is the last aqua jog I have to do. We will see. The toes feeling a lot better, but this week will be the telling week. Swimming then. So again, I swam Monday. I actually got an extra swimming this week. I swam on Wednesday lunchtime, and it was a long course as well. So it's 50-meter pool. That was hell, but it's a long way to swim. But I was glad about getting that extra swimming. Again, easy swimming Monday, Wednesday, Friday and Sunday, but the Thursday night was intervals. I did a bit more before the session as well, so I did about 800 meters before the session, so I ramped up to 3 and a bit K. And then the swim on Sunday was a longer swim, so I swam, 3.5 K. So building up that volume, and to be honest, I feel better this week in the pool. 3 weeks of swimming isn't very many weeks. I've got many weeks ahead of me. I need to build this fitness, but I was encouraging this week to feel notably better than the weeks before. Cycling, so again, only 10 hours, so easy ride Monday night, no ride Tuesday. The motorway has been awful all week this week. Traffic jams to and from work, and that's the sort of thing that Training Peaks doesn't show, does it? It doesn't show your life stresses, but I didn't get home till late. I was tired, I was drained, I didn't want to train, so I didn't, and I knew that I was trying to have at least one day off the bike a week, so I decided then it was Tuesday. If I'm honest, I don't like having my rest day early in the week, because I just think I'd rather keep it in the bank for later in the week when I'm perhaps more tired, but there you go. Wednesday night was the interval session that I normally do on a Tuesday, but I was happy that I left it to the Wednesday because I felt great and delivered it really well. Thursday, again, just some short intervals on the bike. The sweet spot of different cadences. I struggled on this session, to be honest. I was using erg mode for the first couple of intervals, and I don't get on with it. Friday, it was too icy to go on the club chain gang, so we just did an easy ride on the turbo. But I was glad about that because actually I was feeling a little bit tired from that session the night before, so I didn't really fancy a hard chain gang ride. And then this is like the main challenge for the weekend. Again, it was icy all weekend, and I'm not going to go out and risk it. I am hopefully getting a gravel bike soon, so I'll be able to get out with my friends on their gravel bikes and do some off-road riding when it is icy like this. However, for the time being, I'll have to hit the turbo. So I did 3 hours on Saturday morning on a Zwift group ride. That was absolute hell. 226 watts, just like a zone 2 ride with a few spikes in because you're in a group ride. And then Sundays was a harder ride, again on a group ride, but I just pushed on a bit more, went in a faster group or whatever. 242 watts with some bigger spikes in there as well. But I thought, okay, I enjoyed that, and I'm glad to tick off 2 big turbo rides. To me, I think that's probably worth something like 4 hours on the road with all the freewheeling and stuff, so really happy with that. 15 hours 49 of training for the week, and yeah, solid 3 weeks. Now, I'm not going to have an easier week next week unless I find any reason to over the next few days. It will probably look similar to this week. The swimming won't be that high ongoing, especially if I start running again. I'm going to try and keep the minimum as 3 swims a week and hopefully 4. But again, it's pool availability, life availability, and so on. But I'm just trying to make it more worthwhile when I get there. But yeah, there we go. That's my first 3 weeks of the new year. If you're watching this and your training hasn't gone to plan for the first 3 weeks of the new year, don't worry about it. There's still plenty of weeks left ahead. Hopefully you've got a long time before your events. But even if it hasn't gone to plan, you know, you can't stress about it too much. You will get that fitness back if you haven't been able to train. I'm hoping I will do with the running. More on that in another video. So thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please do hit the subscribe button down below. And I'll see you very soon for some actual training content when I get outside on my bike or running or something. So I'll see you there.